Now at 9, a large snowstorm sweeps across the northeast. What conditions may be.
And fossil fuel producers have filed an appeal. Hear about its contents.
Also, a new arrest has been made in the UK in relation to the Epstein files. Find out who.
Plus, a judge has made a new ruling in favor of President Trump. What this means.
And I've got the details on gusty winds. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Abby Urban.
And I'm Stella Davis.
A monster bomb cyclone is battering the northeast with widespread blizzard conditions, knocking out power and burying towns. Flight cancellations are mounting and travel bans are in place across the region.
As the storm moves north, New England is now facing the brunt of the winter blast. Michael Yoshida is in Boston with the latest.
Wild winter weather slamming the northeast.
We're sort of a foot and a half under snow. It's a wicked nor'easter.
A massive bomb cyclone putting more than 40 million people under blizzard warnings and grinding travel to a halt.
We need residents to really stay home and heed that warning.
At least 7 states have received a foot of snow or more, and at least 4 states have been buried under at least 2 feet.
This is the worst storm in over a decade for us.
The heavy snow and hurricane-force wind gusts creating whiteout conditions, downing trees and power lines, leaving thousands in the dark.
We had about over 5,000 public workers, public utility workers across the state deployed. They're really getting people back up and online as quickly as possible.
New York receiving the most snow from a single storm in over 5 years.
Since last night, New York City has been in near blizzard conditions. Conditions have begun to moderate, but there is still more to come.
As the storm tracks north, blizzard conditions wreaking havoc on much of New England. In Boston, heavy, wet snow, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, and a quarter-mile visibility making navigation treacherous.
Don't go out if you don't need to.
As some enjoy winter wonderland,
we look forward to it and the town just shuts down completely.
Others face a nightmare.
We're just in the airport. We don't know what we're going to do.
More than 10,000 flights have been canceled from Sunday to Tuesday, according to FlightAware, stranding travelers across the region. In Boston, I'm Michael Yoshida.
Today, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to hear a major climate appeal from fossil fuel producers.
They're challenging a lawsuit brought by the city of Boulder, Colorado, which seeks to hold energy companies responsible for climate change.
The appeal follows a Colorado Supreme Court ruling that allowed Boulder's claims against Suncor Energy and ExxonMobil to move forward. The companies argue federal law blocks state-level climate lawsuits. The city of Boulder says the companies knowingly misled the public about climate risks. The Supreme Court's decision could affect similar cases nationwide with billions of dollars in damages at stake.
I was freezing today, Stella. I have no heat in my house, so I'm cold.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. It's really, I'm like really cold, but
yeah,
okay.
I can't imagine. You must be freezing.
100%. Are we gonna get more cold, Rachel?
We will. Taking a look at our current temperatures, 22 here in Indianapolis, 23 up in South Bend, and 27 down in Evansville. And for the next 12 hours, we are going to continue to see those temperature trends drop into those low 20s. And what am I tracking? We're tracking gusty winds, cold wind chills, and varying temperatures. That on my future forecast.
Thank you, Rachel. Former UK ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Mandelson has been under scrutiny for his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The scandal has roiled the British government. Mandelson was appointed ambassador to Washington by Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Over the last few weeks, Starmer has had to answer questions about Mandelson and his ties to Epstein. Last week, the former Prince Andrew was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office.
American tourists in parts of western Mexico are stranded after the death of notorious cartel leader triggered widespread violence yesterday. Several airlines suspended flights to cities like Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. The unrest erupted after Mexican forces killed El Mincho, the country's most wanted cartel boss and head of Jalisco New Generation Cartel. U.S. officials say American intelligence supported the operation. In the aftermath, suspected cartel members torched buses and businesses, blocked highways, and clashed with security forces across multiple states.
It was really scary. We've been coming down here for almost 20 years, and we've always told people to come down and check it out because you always feel safe here. We've never, ever not felt safe. And today was the first day as we left the hotel to go have breakfast and saw all the craziness going on and the violence and the smoke that we were actually terrified.
The U.S. State Department is urging Americans in affected regions to shelter in place, avoid crowds, and monitor local updates as disruptions continue.
A U.S. district judge has blocked the public release of former special counsel Jack Smith's report into President Trump's classified documents case. Judge Eileen Cannon, who was appointed by Trump, made the ruling today. The report centered on Trump's alleged mishandling of classified records at Mar-a-Lago after his first term. The ruling is a major win in Trump's efforts to keep the special counsel's findings hidden from public view. But Cannon denied a request to destroy the report because public transparency groups are still appealing her previous ruling, denying them permission to intervene in the criminal case.
Leaders in Washington and around the world are reacting to President Donald Trump's Saturday announcement that he's raising global tariffs to 15%. That's up from 10% he imposed just a day earlier. The back-to-back tariff announcements that came after the Supreme Court ruled Friday that the sweeping emergency tariffs Trump imposed last year are illegal. But the High Court's ruling only applies to duties Trump imposed using one specific law, and the president immediately responded by saying he will now rely on other legal authorities to keep tariffs in place. The law Trump is relying on for his 15% global tariffs requires that Congress approve the duties within 150 days from them to remain in effect. As for the tens of billions of dollars U.S. companies paid after Trump raised tariffs last year, Democrats are demanding the money be refunded.
Coming up, a local Muncie art shop is looking to expand. See how this will benefit the community.
And see how the counseling service is helping students during midterms.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. Since the 1940s, a local art shop has served the Muncie community, becoming a bridge between local artists and their ability to make their art come to life. NewsLink Indiana's Christian Mason reports on how they hope to make that bridge even bigger by expanding their business.
ArtMart has been in the village for almost 75 years. Now it plans to expand once again to serve as an even bigger link to the community of Muncie.
We serve a lot of the art and architecture students on campus, but then also the art community as a whole in Muncie. I want anybody to feel comfortable coming into ArtMart and just spending some time, even if you don't need supplies.
Since opening, ArtMart has moved once and expanded once, and is now in the process of another change, building a classroom and new store space right next door.
Now that we're moving into this bigger area, we're going to be able to build a classroom, a dedicated area that can be used for classes or just a meeting space. I just want it to be an area that's used and that people can come and gather and just be together. I feel like that's really important right now.
In order to make this happen, ArtMart is even expanding opportunities, hiring and looking for teachers to be able to help educate in this new space.
We're doing a lot of construction over here, getting the space ready, and so of course there's construction materials and paying for labor and all of that. We're also looking for teachers, people who are interested in teaching any kind of classes. There's links to a teacher form on our website for that.
With this new expansion, ArtMart plans to continue serving the community, hoping to finish the expansion by the end of May, expanding their business in bigger ways than before, in hopes to continue to flourish in the coming years. In Muncie, Christian Mason, NewsLink, Indiana.
As midterms approach, Ball State students are balancing academics, jobs, and social lives, which can take a toll on their mental health. NewsLink Indiana's Rihanna Gobble explains how one place on campus can offer student support.
College life can be overwhelming, but inside Lucina Hall, Ball State's Counseling Center provides free mental health resources to help manage the pressure. Going above and beyond, the Counseling Center is able to accommodate for both mental and physical well-being. Not only offering traditional therapy, but also providing massage chairs, light therapy, and creative spaces for students.
In addition to those self-directed services, we have services that really involve a clinician. And so we have individual therapy here. We also have group therapy. We have a psychiatrist and a psychiatric nurse practitioner. That's a nurse who's done additional education so that she can prescribe medications. So we're very lucky to have two of them on campus. They're actually over at the health center, but they're available for students who might need psychiatric medications. We also have a crisis line that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for Ball State students to call that can provide support if students are in a mental health crisis.
Whether you need one-on-one therapy, a support group, or somewhere to decompress, there is a resource to fit your needs.
Important to know that the Counseling Center services are free and the Health Center services are paid for by a health fee that all on-campus students have paid. And that means that all visits to the psychiatrist are free.
The Counseling Center aims to end the stigma and allows for access to all types of mental health support. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is here and you don't have to face it alone. In Muncie, Indiana, Rihanna Goebel, NewsLink, Indiana.
These resources are free and confidential. To schedule an appointment, visit their website, call, or stop by in person.
And I'm tracking wind chills dipping into the teens after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at those current temperatures. Right now it is 22 here in Indianapolis, 24 up in Fort Wayne, and 22 down in Bloomington. But as we take a closer look at our area, is somewhere in between those two temperatures, 25 in Muncie, 23 in Marion, and 24 down in Newcastle. And like I mentioned before, for the next 12 hours, we are going to see those temperature trends drop into those low 20s, 22 by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., going down to 21, and then going down to 20 into early morning tomorrow. And for tonight, we are going to see mostly cloudy skies with a low temperature of 20 degrees with winds coming from the north-northwest at 15 miles per hour. We are going to see a wind chill, wind gust combination tonight. So please, please, please be sure to dress accordingly as it will feel a lot colder than 20 degrees. And for tomorrow, we are going to continue to see 20s as you head out tomorrow morning, but we are going to see cloudy skies all day long, going up to 31 degrees and then going up to 37 by dinner time. And those southerly winds are going to bring about warmer temperatures for tomorrow. And to visually look at this, we are going to see our wind gusts. Our highest wind gust is going to be 34 miles per hour coming from the southwest, again bringing those really warm temperatures for tomorrow by tomorrow evening. And then we see a wind direction shift going to northwest by Wednesday at 4:30, and then that is really going to bring cooler temperatures Wednesday. And then as we head into Thursday, we are going to see no wind gusts. We are going to see everything sort of calm down just a little bit. And for our wind chills, this is really going to make our temperatures feel a lot colder than what they actually feel like. 19 here in Muncie, 18 in Marion, and 17 by noon on Tuesday. That is going to be our first wave of cold wind chills. And then our second wave is going to be on Wednesday, 22 in Muncie, 20 in Marion, and 21 in Winchester. And to visually look at our radar, we are going to see a prefrontal precip mix in our area, bringing about some rain, some snow here and there. Then we see it all sort of move out of our area. We see low pressure make its way in, bringing about a cold front, bringing those snow. And then we see the snow make its way out of our area, continuing on Thursday. And then as we head into Friday, we head into high pressure, bringing about sinking air and warmer temperatures. And for our 7-day forecast, we are going to see a little bit of everything: sun, cloudy skies, rain, snow, and we are going to see above freezing temperatures. And how are we feeling about those warmer temperatures and just that mixture of weather, seeing a little bit of everything? What do you guys think?
Wow, I don't know about you guys, but today I really felt like I was blown away.
I was gonna freeze on my walk here.
Yeah.
I was like fully convinced I was gonna freeze. But, well, thank you so much, Rachel. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Jake Dickman has a preview of your sports.
Thanks, Abby and Stella. The 2026 Winter Olympics wrapped up yesterday, and we have the biggest news from the final events. Plus, a look into what serving the community means to Ball State athletes. All this, next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Athletes from BSU laced up their shoes in support for those in need. NewsLink Indiana's Allison Brannicky took a trip to downtown Muncie to see how it all came about.
Inside this gym on a cold February day is where hundreds of people gathered for the same cause. This is the 22nd annual Walk a Mile in My Shoes event hosted by Muncie Mission and Thrive Credit Union. Walking fundraisers do not typically show up this time of year, and this was nothing but intentional. Participants bear the cold to stand up with people struggling with homelessness and raise money in support. Many individuals joined with their friends and families, classmates, colleagues, and even teammates. Ball State Athletics made an appearance with track and cross country runner Macy Hoskins, expressing what service means to her.
It's really important as a student athlete. We understand that the Muncie community shows out big for a lot of our events, so it's nice to be able to give back to the people that really need it.
Special guests include Mayor Dan Ridenauer, Miss Ball State, the Chick-fil-A Cow, Charlie Cardinal, and Ball State Director of Athletics Jeff Mitchell.
Civic engagement is very important, certainly for our student athletes to be involved in the community. We are Muncie's team, and so for us to be present in the community, supporting Muncie, supporting the Muncie mission, very important to how we integrate within our community and how we support each other. As the community supports us, we want to support the community as well.
Muncie Mission is a faith-based organization doing service grounded in Christian values. The walk was opened in community prayer and a motivational message, which spoke especially to Tristan Cook, who uses his faith on the football field.
We're focused on honoring God doing this because what is God's biggest commandment, and that's to love people. And I think that's such a beautiful thing that we're doing this for the love of people, just being a representation of what God did and what Christ did himself. So,
seeing the community come together for something like this is truly special. In Muncie, Allison Brannicky, NewsLink Indiana.
Canada might want to rethink their national sport after our men's and women's team claimed gold in Olympic hockey. How about that?
That was crazy. I watched both games. A lot of firsts. We haven't won a gold for the men's team since the Miracle Game.
In 1980.
Which is crazy.
46 years.
Long time.
Oh, that's a long time. And then obviously the women with Layla Edwards, which was the first black women Americans to play for the women's team. So it's an incredible. I was always out of my seat. I don't think I sat down once.
It was definitely a very fun game. And Megan Keller's goal too, to win gold, and Jack Hughes' goal to win gold, and then a picture of the two of them together.
It was incredible. It was beautiful. I don't know, but I just love it. Well, thank you so much, Jake.
Of course.
Coming up after the break, see the latest discovery scientists made behind one of Saturn's moons.
And Rachel is helping us say goodbye to Fool's Spring after the break.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Astronomers say they may have solved one of Saturn's greatest mysteries, how Saturn's largest moon came to be. The massive, mysterious moon is named Titan. After analyzing data from various sources, researchers theorized that about 500 million years ago, a lost moon collided with Titan and became a part of it. The collision could also have led to the formation of Saturn's beautiful rings hundreds of millions of years later. The theory will be tested using NASA's Dragonfly, a nuclear-powered car-sized rotocraft that will fly over Titan's surface and land in different spots to collect and analyze samples. It is currently scheduled to launch in 2028 for arrival on Titan by late 2034. That's crazy. That's like 6 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's going to be a little warmer. Rachel, what do we think?
Let's take a look. So looking at our final forecast, we have a little bit of everything. We have sun, we have snow, we have rain, we have clouds, we have wind. But as we take a look at Friday and Saturday, we see 50, 55 degrees for a good start to our spring break. What are you guys doing for spring break? What do you think?
I'm going home, but I heard it's going to get warm, which is what I'm excited for.
Yeah. Catch me in Florida, so it's going to be even warmer there.
That's going to be so nice.
I feel like when spring break always happens, it always gets warmer here.
Which is honestly nice because
yeah.
This cold, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's going to need to warm up ASAP.
I almost blew away today and my hair was freezing and my tears were freezing on my face. Like, I don't do that.
Like, no good, no good.
The wind was pretty bad today.
I'm like a 70s girl, like a 70s girl, 65.
That's spring weather right there.
Yeah.
That's spring weather.
I'm like a summer
We can catch
girl.
it this weekend.
Hopefully.
A little bit.
Hopefully. Well, thank you so much, Rachel. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.